Present situation of the country right now is nothing to write about because many things go total disarray. Politically, the education sector, the security, name it, many things, they are total disarray about all these things I mentioned. There's nothing to write about. The only thing I can say, amendment we can do is talk to our government, right from the president to the lowest level of the rank in government, that we should put things in order. I mean, we, the citizens, we need their support mostly. Yes, that number one, like for example, the fuel, like the crude oil. That crude oil, we spend. I think we do spend much money on that crude oil. Made by we still, when you talk about refinery, we still take it outside the country to refine all those things. We spend a lot of money. So there, we still have other resources. We shouldn't. I mean, based on that only crude oil, we still have rubber. We have timber. There are many resources. Name them that we can. Put more. Put more pressure on so that we can bring profits that will boost the economy of this country. I can say yes, I can say no, because we still need. Although, if I say no, I mean that the only two parties we have that is constant. I mean, register. I mean, they are best of the same feather. For now, I don't think. There's no difference between both of them, but we still need, oppositional party with burning fire that can, move this country forward. Apart from this APC and PDP, democracy is a government for the people by the people. I know, even everyone know as well. But in Nigeria, we don't practice democracy. Well, I find that we don't follow the constitution. I could remember there was a time I asked one of my father, a retired colonel, I won't mention his name. I asked him, Daddy, don't you think democracy system of government is very, very expensive for us? I could remember he answered that, no, we are not meant to have democracy. That's the constant answer he gave me that very day. The minimum wage needs to be increased, number one, because it's too low. When it comes to all the price of commodity and what will I say, the cost of living here in Nigeria now is very, very expensive compared to before, compared to the time of 80s, 70s. Now it's very hard for common man to have a 3 square meal. So the government should to increase that minimum wage at least to 50,000, 50,000 upward like that, to 50 at least. Yes, we can do so. We, like when you go to police station, you say police is your friend. Likewise, we are friends to them as well. One thing, they should increase their salary and they should bring more police with good oriented, they should examine them before accepting them as a police officer. They should take them to, maybe I don't want to use any word that maybe say they should examine them mentally, physically before accepting them. Before you can give a gun to police, they're supposed to be well examined. So all those things we need first. So that and then we, the masses, we contribute to all this. We contribute to all this, to make what am I saying? To stop that bribing, because we are the one that give them this bribe. Government should reform them for now. The two of them are very important, but for now, the situation in the country is very, very, very worse. There's no job for the graduate. No job at all, because I still have many of my younger ones, even the previous brothers and sisters, they still searching for job, carrying their credentials here and there for job.
Citizens.
Yes, they should listen to the citizen first. We need them and they need us as well. And they should provide many amenities, jobs, security, education. That's all we will need. So where they can provide that one, then the citizens can make talk. Then everything will be standard. That is exactly what we want. The situation in Lagos State now is very worse. Talk about the environment. Very, very dirty. There's nothing to write about. Even we need the Lagos State to come and clean up all this mess we are today, because we are not lively. It's not lively at all. That's exactly what we need from them now. Lagos State can provide more jobs by building infrastructure like company, factory for people, most especially for the younger ones, to go and work. I mean, so that many younger ones will engage themselves doing something instead of doing this corruption of the thing. I prefer the factory. I prefer the factory in the sense that if one has a job, you have money. If you have money, you live largely. Your family will live largely as well. You'll be happier. Then you make both ends meet. But whereby you don't have a job, there won't be food, there won't be money. Then tell me, how do you worship God? My father used to tell me in Yoruba language that ìgbàgbọ́ tí ò níṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ìgbàgbọ́ rẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. There are many Christianity that doesn't have a job we hungry the rest of his life. I can say about the jobs, we need our local government to provide more jobs. I mean, then the government as well from the federal, they should provide more jobs for the younger ones, most especially the graduate ones. Most of them are roaming around the streets looking for a job here and there. Some of them find themselves in the wrong job. I mean, all these criminal acts. Like although they bring this vision scape, and we still want them to do more. But I mean, we've seen the work they've been doing, but it's not. We still need more hands so that they can clean this thing once and for all before the rainy season comes. Not a good idea, because I thought if government want to do it this way, maybe they should reform them or rotate them. I mean that of the PSP, instead of bringing new company to come and handle it. I mean, it doesn't sound wise if I'm doing a job. You didn't give me any notice. You didn't tell me anything. You didn't tell me my wrongdoing, or you didn't tell me my mistakes, and you just come. I should stop this job because of one thing or the other. I mean, no good excuse. I won't accept that. That is exactly what's the problem of the situation on ground now. That's why we find it very difficult at the beginning for the vision scheme to start their job. And the situation is getting better compared to before now, because the government, like the governor, he has constructed many roads that lead to this express road. I mean, so the traffic situation now is lesser. The electricity is still poor. Number one, the power doesn't come at the awkward time we needed it, and that's number one. Then two, the bill is still high. So we need government to do work on that. I don't even remember if government water is still existing, because in my own house we dug a borehole ourselves. So the borehole we're using, we dig that borehole ourselves. Lagos State is a very, very good place to be. I could remember in those days, in the days of 70s, 80s, Lagos State just like a London, if I remember. But I was living in Ireland then. Everything was put in place, like I could remember this the phone box, the letter distribution. There was constant electricity, the good road. I mean, Lagos State is still, I mean, a better place that during those time compared to now. We still need more. We still need more to put more effort to bring things, to put things right. That is exactly what I see. Still need more. I mean, more support from the government to put things right. The educational sector in Lagos, most especially let me group it all in Nigeria and say, oh, I need government to declare state of emergency in our educational sector, because there's nothing to write about. Everything is total disarray because they don't put more money in government school. That's why you see a lot of private school here and there, and mostly our leaders, they don't. I think most of their children, government school. Maybe that's why they don't put more effort on government schools. So I would like the government to still put more effort, to put more money, to finance this government school, so that my generation, your generation, everyone can have good education. Because if you have this good education, everyone will know is right. And this common right, common right we are talking about, everyone entitled to it. That is exactly what I think. So we need government to put more effort in this government school. I think of the very first thing I say is that maybe it's their school fees. They should provide a lot of facilities for them. Then their school amenities and their school fees. Their school fees should come to the normal rate that it was before, and government should put more effort in university, and they should provide all the facilities they need. At least their lecture rooms, their hospitals, and everything, whatever they need. The security, there's no security here in Lagos. Even in Nigeria, no security. But when you listen to the news here and there, kidnapping, robbery, abduction, name it, raping. So as a president now, there's no security. Advice I have for this citizens in Lagos State is that they should pay their bill, their tax, their land use, and cooperate with the government, and they're more hardworking. They should work hand in hand with the government by doing the right thing, paying their dues, tax, and whatever, all the things needed for the government to move on this country. They should contribute and even support the government as well.